It's been a few months since we last took a look at Fate Samurai Remnant, and if you haven't seen my full review, go ahead and check that out because I think this game is totally worth getting. But now we're here to look at the first DLC and see if it's even more of what I love from the main story. And I didn't know too much going into this other than us being able to unlock and play as Ibuki Doji. And I may not know the characters that well, but she's been a favorite of mine for a while. So I'm excited to see what's up with things and to finally get to play as her. But the question now is, what does this Keian Command Championship add to the whole package? The story here is totally separate from the main campaign, so don't worry too much about spoilers. You'll have access to it right after you complete Chapter 2, with a few sections of it being locked until after you finish Chapter 4. It follows Boss as he sets up a really weird tournament between all the major teams in the ritual. It sounds odd at first, but it's exactly what you'd expect coming from Gilgamesh. We have 7 different storylines to play through, all having a different team as the main focus. Each one of these is a completely separate story, with the endings, dialogue, and fights being different. So if you do love the interactions between the characters in the main story, then you'll get plenty more of that with a different tone. We get to see more of those lighthearted moments that wouldn't make the most sense within the ritual, so it's a nice little bit of fan service. My only issue is that there's a few parts in each story that play out the exact same in every one. They all usually start the same, with Gil informing each team of what their goal is, and the last few battles are mostly the same too, with fights against Ibuki and Gil. There is one story in particular that's totally different, but for the most part, they all have the same kind of flow. The main prize for each team winning is that they get to make a wish. Not the same kind of wish that they will make at the end of the ritual, but still a wish. And I won't spoil what each wish ends up being, but the endings do end up being very fun. So if you do have a favorite character or a favorite team, then you'll enjoy seeing what the end is for each one of them. Even though things did get a little stale playing through almost the same thing 7 times, I have to admit that it was fun jumping back into this and playing as these characters again. We even get to unlock Ibuki as a playable character, and she's very fun to play as. It makes me want to start playing through again on New Game Plus just to see her in action through the plot. And when you finally complete all 7 stories, you'll unlock a final gift from Gil himself, which isn't what I expected, but it does make sense. Unfortunately, we still can't play as him, but maybe they're saving that one for one of the other DLC later on. Although I just can't see him being a servant, so that may not happen. But the question for today is, was this DLC worth it? If you enjoyed the main game for the dialogue and character development, then absolutely you should buy this. Playing through it all just to unlock Ibuki might not be totally worth the extra trouble, but technically you don't have to finish it all just to get her. You unlock her after the caster story specifically, so if you want to just spend an hour to unlock her, go for it. But overall, I do think this was a decent amount of content, and I can't wait to see what else the devs have cooking up for us. But let me know your thoughts on the first DLC. If you have any characters that you'd like to have added in the next DLC, let me know about that too. Subscribe for more videos just like this one, and I'll see you all in the next video.